Welcome. Look, if you're trying to figure out what it actually takes to transform a modern organization without getting bogged down in corporate fluff, you are in exactly the right place. Okay, let's dive into this explainer and unpack the hard data behind true business agility.
Let's start with a question I hear all the time. Is Agile just a hollow, overused corporate buzzword? It's kind of hard not to be skeptical, right? You hear executives throw the word Agile into literally every other sentence, and yeah, it starts to feel like just another management fad. But, as you'll see, the hard data we're looking at today tells a vastly different story.
Section 1, Beyond the IT Department.
To see the real impact, we have to look way beyond software development teams. The old reality was that Agile lived exclusively in the IT basement, basically just a way for developers to ship code faster. But the new reality? It changes the whole shebang. To survive massive shifts like digitalization and rapidly changing customer demands, Agile principles have completely escaped IT. They are fundamentally reshaping marketing, finance, and human resources.
There is concrete proof of this in the 2025 State of Agile Marketing Report. When surveying over 400 marketers, researchers found something absolutely staggering about artificial intelligence. Get this, exactly 0 non-Agile teams reported a full AI implementation. Let that sink in. 0. The teams leading the charge on the most critical new technology of our time are the ones operating with full agility.
And this goes straight to the bottom line. According to that same report, teams that embrace full marketing agility are 3 times more likely to be extremely successful compared to their less agile peers. We're talking massive productivity gains and huge drops in stress. It's not just a nice to have, it is a profound competitive advantage.
Section 2, Defining True Business Agility.
So the crucial point is, what does this actually look like under the hood? Enterprise agility isn't just slapping the word Scrum on your calendar. No way. It is reimagining the entire organization as a network of high-performing, cross-functional teams, each going after clear, end-to-end business outcomes. Think of them as interconnected mini-businesses totally obsessed with creating value.
The contrast is pretty stark. On one side, traditional operating models rely on rigid hierarchies, siloed departments, and these agonizingly slow annual budgets. On the other side, the Agile organization operates as a fluid network. You've got empowered teams supported by an incredibly stable backbone, just running on rapid iterations. It's a complete rewiring of how work gets done.
And this brilliantly illustrates how deep this rewiring really goes, right down to human resources. In an Agile setup, HR transforms from this department enforcing compliance into a team of talent specialists acting as the literal beating heart of the company. They sit at the center, constantly pumping talent, coaching, and capabilities out to those self-managing teams in the network.
Section 3, The Transformation Stakes.
Making this shift is no small feat. So what happens when a company actually manages to pull this off at scale? Well, McKinsey analyzed over 2,000 organizations to find out, and the payoff is massive. Highly successful Agile transformations deliver on average a 30% gain across the board. That's a 30% jump in efficiency, customer satisfaction, operational performance, and employee engagement. And the best part? There are no trade-offs here. You aren't sacrificing employee morale to squeeze out that efficiency. Everything improves together.
But here is the absolute most surprising finding from the McKinsey data regarding operating model maturity. On a scale of 1 to 5, organizations with no transformation sit at a sluggish 2.5. Digital natives, those cool tech companies that were born agile, score a 3.6. But get this. Legacy organizations that execute a highly successful agile transformation actually overtake the digital natives, scoring a 3.8. A legacy company can literally transform itself to be more mature than a tech startup.
Getting past that maturity threshold is basically your ticket to market dominance. Passing that mark gives companies a 3 times higher chance of being top quartile performers among their peers. It turns the operating model itself into a definitive competitive advantage.
Section 4, A Recipe for Success.
Now, let's be real. A lot of transformations fail. If you try an Agile transformation blindly, your baseline chance of achieving those massive gains is only about 30%. But McKinsey distilled a concrete blueprint. If you follow their specific 4-part recipe, your chance of a highly successful transformation skyrockets to an impressive 75%.
Here are the 4 ingredients.
Step 1. Make sure your top executive team is completely ready. Step 2. Systematically and intentionally go after business value. Step 3. Build the connective tissue across the whole organization. And Step 4. Maintain high speed using frontrunners. Let's break these down a bit.
Let's focus on steps 1 and 2. The McKinsey report explicitly warns, you cannot pilot your way to scaled agility. You can't just wait around for bottom-up experiments to magically spread like wildfire across the company. It doesn't work. The top team must be fully immersed, and they must intentionally mandate the transformation to chase specific end-to-end value chains, rather than just letting enthusiastic teams do their own thing.
Let's move to and see how this builds into step 3. To survive having decentralized, fast-moving teams, you desperately need to upgrade the connective tissue. You need a stable backbone. That means rewiring all 5 of these elements: your strategy, your organizational structure, your processes like budgeting, your people practices, and your underlying technology. If you change your structure but leave the old sluggish budgeting processes in place, the friction is going to completely stall your transformation.
Finally, Step 4 is all about speed and momentum. The data shows that you need to complete the main phase of your transformation in under 18 months. If it drags on longer, the organization just gets exhausted. The best way to hit this speed is to launch frontrunners. These are fully transformed, end-to-end units launched within the first couple of months to secure early wins and prove the new model works before scaling it out to the rest of the business.
We've covered a ton of ground in this explainer today, from the marketing department all the way up to the executive suite. I want to leave you with this final, provocative thought. Take a hard look at your own operating model. Are you just doing Agile? Running a few pilots and tossing around some new jargon? Or is your organization completely rewiring its connective tissue to truly be Agile? The data doesn't lie. Those who achieve true business agility are the ones who will absolutely define the future.